waiting patiently to make you laugh, ladies and gentlemen. Bring her on up, Molly Lyons! Give them hell also!
Alright, let's give it up for you guys and for all the other comics. Home in New York. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. You guys seem like a really smart group, so maybe you guys can help me. What does it mean that I'm the friend that all my friends call when they need someone to drive them home for getting their IUD inserted? Truly, I put zero effort into this, and I've become the go-to. I'm the IUDD. Something about my face just says, I can responsibly get you home from a surgical procedure. I'm still working on how I might monetize that, so if there are any business-minded folks who want to talk to me after the show, you can find me. The other thing I'm getting a lot lately is, you look like my childhood babysitter. And that's the sound of all of you being like, oh my god, she does look like Amy Gunderson. Really, I think it's more that I generally dress like an extra from my so-called life. So I look like a relatable girl you knew in the 90s. It's true. Thank you guys so much for asking. I would love to talk about the Catholic Church. How did you know? There is so much to say about the Catholic Church, and thank God we are finally saying it. But there is something that I feel like we aren't talking about, and this might be an unpopular opinion, but I believe in giving credit where credit is due, and there is something that the Catholic Church invented and perfected, and it's now found all over the world, and I'm of course talking about gaslighting. Why? It's been years, guys. Why aren't we talking about this? It's time. For those of you not familiar, the whole point of the exercise is every week, all over the world, millions of people show up to church, and the church is like, here we have for you is literally the body and blood of a human man for you to consume. And you might be like, well, literally, it's crackers and some juice. And they're like, no, bells, 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 cannibalism, go. Guys, I think it's time. Why aren't we talking about this? It's really funny, when I tell that joke, I get some interesting responses. Someone came up to me and was like, well, yeah, of course, you're the most Catholic-looking person I've ever seen. Right, what is the appropriate response to someone saying, you look like 2,000 years of sexual repression? Honestly, I'm asking, I don't know. I'm feeling confessional now. I'm going to share a secret with you guys. I am a woman who is aging. I get older every year. I just keep doing it. And I live in LA where they will fine you for that. But it's funny, as I've gotten older, there are things that I've noticed have changed, and I've evolved in certain ways, and it's specifically in the way that I engage with men in dating. It's like, I am trying things now that I would never have dared in my younger years. Just wild. My new kink right now is setting boundaries. It feels amazing. Just not letting a man treat you like his therapist when he won't even call you his girlfriend. Ooh, it'll get you there, try it. I wrote that joke, like any healthy comic, to make my therapist proud of me. But it's funny, when everybody has deal makers and deal breakers with people, with people they want to get involved with, right? And I think you learn a lot about a person by what their deal breakers are, or their deal makers. And I know people who won't go home with someone if they don't have books in their apartment. Some people say that. I know a woman, if you tell her she has Connie Britton hair, deal maker. I knew another guy who, he had a very particular tattoo. Speaking of tattoos, it was right here. It was the Lacoste alligator. And I hooked up with him twice. So that is my way of sharing with you the fact that wasn't a deal breaker, is that I grew up in a town with 7 more country clubs than grocery stores. Or as we say in New York, I grew up in Westchester. It's true. I want to share just one thing that I'm thankful for before I leave you guys. 'Tis the season, right? So people who know me well know that my life coach is the 11-year-old girl I babysit. She is really incredible. And the thing I love about her is that she asks the best questions. I know we had some people ragging on young people, but some of them really know what they're doing. So my job is mostly driving this 11-year-old girl and her younger brother home from school every day. And she gets in the car, and like the first time she met me, she knew that I was a writer and a performer. And she immediately, straight out the gate, was like, what are some TV shows you think you might want to work on? Like, think about it, get back to me. Also my agent, as it turns out. Or she'll just get in the car some days and be like, Molly, what did you write today? Why? But the moment that I really knew like what kind of mind I was dealing with, it was amazing. So we're driving across town down this street in LA that has a ton of billboards in it, and she's sitting in the front seat, like 11 going on 45. Her brother is in the back seat. He's 9, and he's a hard 9. Like, beautifully 9 years old. And he sees a billboard for Kung Fu Panda 3. And he goes, ooh, Kung Fu Panda. And his sister goes, really? And he goes, it's funny. And she goes, that movie is about genocide. At which point I was like, excuse me, what? And she's like, well, isn't the whole point of that story is that there's like a whole bunch of pandas, and then there's a guy who says he's gonna get all the pandas? You know what, guys? Like, they say when you meet someone who's going to change your life, you know. In that moment, I knew. I really did. It's truly incredible. Actually, I think I have time to tell you guys one more story. So, as I mentioned, I'm from New York-ish, and I now live in LA, and I am like a full-fledged cliche of a woman who moved to Los Angeles. Like, I leaned in. I've got crystals in my house. Like, I know so much more about astrology than I should admit. I have a friend who's a psychic. She read me, and I'm going to tell all of you about it. So we're doing a reading, and she goes, Molly, I don't always get these, but I'm getting a past life from you. Are you comfortable? Do you want to learn more? And I said, thank you, I'm into boundaries. Yes, I would like to learn more. Thank you for asking. And she goes, in a past life, you were a very powerful nun. And you had to be the secret keeper for the church and all the dark deeds, and this is the root of your distrust of men. This is all new information, as I did not even know I had a distrust of men. But I have to tell you, like, there is something to be said about moving through the world being like, I was a power nun, you know? And you're like, now I have something to blame it on, when I have like a dry spell in my love life, it's like someone's vow of chastity is showing up. And so I think I moved to LA and I found a new religion. I now identify as a power nun rising. So, thank you guys.